Zoom room. Maria Pangelinan, the executive director of the Guam Election Commission, standing by. We have the mayors, the vice mayors, also standing by. Miss Maria, good morning.
Half a day, Chris and Bree.
Did you get some rest?
Yes, I did. Although I woke up late this morning.
I think the whole island woke up late.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about it. Right on. So I guess just first question, how'd you guys fare during this election? Do you think you did a good job?
That's not for us to say. It's for the people of Guam to say. We did our best. The precinct officials did a great job this time, and we hope they come back for the next election come Tuesday, November 17th.
Mm-hmm. Were there any irregularities or any complaints or anything like that were filed with the GEC that the board plans to address?
Yes, we had one administrative complaint and 3 voter challenges. And so the voter challenges were all on absentee voters. So those can be addressed up until November 18th. November 18th is when we can count all the absentee ballots. The rest that we expect to come in via mail from off island. So until that date, the Guam Election Commission has that much time to address these complaints. Those ballots that belong to the absentee voter who were challenged, those are still intact, and they can still be voted. We can still count those ballots, or if the commission decides, those ballots will not be counted.
Do you have to address those complaints before certifying any of the results?
That's correct.
Okay.
All administrative complaints, all voter challenges must be addressed and resolved before certification.
Have you received any requests for a recount in any of the elections?
No, we haven't. Our office was manned. We were answering phone calls since we're still in PCOR 1. We don't, we don't see anybody on the second floor. So we didn't see anybody, but we received calls, and that's all we did yesterday. Received calls, and of course Helen was busy doing all the administrative paperwork, all the administrative work, including working on paying our precinct officials.
Right. Yeah, and I only asked about the recount because in Jigo it was really close. It was like just 9 or so votes that separated Francis Lizama and Tony Sanchez. So I didn't know if there was that ask. But you're saying
Bree, it's not. Yeah, Bree, they don't have to ask. It's required that if it's only within if it's less than 2%, we need to do a recount.
Okay. So there's going to be recount in that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any other elections there's going to be a recount? That was the only one that stood out to me.
I think that's it, but we will. Our office will do a review of all the races. We started last night, but I didn't get any final word. But we will take a look at it today.
Okay. What about this? Go ahead.
I heard you guys did a COVID training up at the hospital, Miss Maria. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, we did. Thanks to Administrator Lillian Posadas. When I gave her a call and let her know that there are voters that wanted to exercise their rights, she arranged for us to get COVID training in order to service COVID positive patients in the hospital. Initially, it was going to be the coordinator and myself. Eventually, I was voted out of it, and 6 of our staff, I believe 5 or 6 of our staff, 5 or 6 of our staff went through the COVID training. They suited up. We have really good pictures of them with their trainers. Eventually, what happened, Chris and Bree, is we have our good friend Ruth Grisami from Health Services of the Pacific, who stepped up to the plate, called us and says, I'll help you. I did not want the staff to go out on their own to service COVID patients, either at home or at the hospital. Ruth Gurasamy came to us. She came to us after the hospital training. So we went, so in the end, after the hospital training, after a go-ahead signal by Lillian Posadas, Health Services of the Pacific and the Guam Election Commission visited the hospital and serviced all the COVID-19 positive patients that wanted to vote and could vote, all the regular patients, and all those, I think we went there at least twice to service our voters at GMH. We also went to GRMC. That was starting, I believe, last week Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Our staff, and some kudos to DOE nurses and to public health nurses, they accompanied our staff and they went to service positive patients that were isolated at home and quarantine patients at home. We also, Chris and Bree, we also visited the isolation facility and the quarantine facility. Election night at 7 o'clock, or no, it must have been like 6, yes, it was about 7 o'clock, Tuesday night. 7 o'clock on Tuesday night. My homebound coordinator said, ma'am, the nurse and I are going to the quarantine facility. There are people there that want to vote. They were there at the quarantine facility servicing our voters election night. The law says they can be serviced up until 8 o'clock.
Well, I remember us talking about this, about how you guys were going to get trained and that you were going to go out to the isolation facility, the quarantine facility, as well as the hospital, to make sure that those that wanted to vote, that their voice was going to be counted and heard. But just overall, Maria, just thank you to you and the staff, everybody at the Guam Election Commission, all the precinct workers that made Super Tuesday happen. And I know the work is not done. You have a whole nother election to plan for. So thank you.
How easy is that, Maria, this runoff that's going to happen November 17? Is it kind of like set it and forget it? Everything's in place? How's it going to work?
Oh, absolutely not everything is in place. We will.
Thank you for being honest. I mean, are we going to have like 19 polling sites, or
from our conversations early Wednesday morning, early yesterday, it sounds like with legal counsel and the commissioners, when I was half asleep, it looks like we're going to do it the same way. The 22 polling sites, the precinct officials, it looks like we're going to go island-wide. But again, those decisions won't be made until tonight.
Okay.
Have we had a runoff election before? I can't even remember.
I want to say we had one kind of recently.
Do you recall, Maria? Is this our first time having a runoff election, or we've had one before? I can't remember.
Chris, I don't.
Go ahead.
Who?
Go ahead, Miss Maria.
I never ran a runoff election.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
I think I had a dream about one, probably.
I mean,
Sorry.
of course we would have a runoff election during a pandemic. I mean,
yeah, of course. What else? 2020. What else? Bring it.
Please don't say that.
My goodness.
Yes,
Yep,
you
that's
know,
just what kind of year it is. You know, we're gonna have a
Of
runoff
course,
election.
it would take a couple days to count the presidential election.
Yep, of course we're canceling Christmas.
Aye, a day.
Yeah, did you hear the? Did you get the memo, Miss Maria? We're canceling Christmas.
No, I didn't, and
Yeah.
I'm sure my staff did not get it either.
We're still doing all the praying and the novena, but the presents that's canceled. Okay.
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 And anything else, Maria?
You know, when they were talking about island-wide for the one seat or one office election, I kept thinking about, oh my goodness. But then, you know, when the results came out and it was only 50.1 or 52%, whatever the final was, I said, okay, we're ready. We're going to do it. We're going to increase that voter participation in the heat of the pandemic. So here we are, ready to plan. Here I am, you know, ready. Our staff will be coming in shortly, and we will begin the planning and to execute the 2018 runoff election for the position of congressional delegate to the U.S.
Right
House
on.
of Representatives.
Miss Maria, just on behalf of the voters, of the people of Guam, and even on behalf of your very own commission, just want to commend you and the staff just for working hard and, you know, doing the thing. I was talking to you last night, and I don't know if you guys got enough credit for creating an election where, you know, almost 30,000 people felt like it was safe to go out and vote. So just wanted to give you the props on that. You know.
Viva GEC!
Viva!
Situus Masi to all of you.
Okay, Miss
And
Maria.
we couldn't have done it. We could not have done it without our media partners. Our media partners play a crucial, super integral role.
Can you just say that? But can you just say we couldn't have done it without the link? And don't leave it generic. That we put it in a promo.
The Guam Election Commission could not have done it with our great media partners. Situus Masi.
I can
Thanks,
edit it. I can
Maria.
edit it.
We'll
Thank you,
see
Miss
you in
Maria.
2 weeks.
What do we got, Jay? Hold on, Miss Maria. What do we got?
Oh, we have got, because it's the morning, we are doing virtual.
Oh my God.
And everybody worked so hard yesterday. So we got virtual bacon, we got virtual fried spam,
Oy.
we got virtual pork belly.
Virtual frittata.
Yeah. We're going
Okay.
we're going all protein
That's
today,
it.
baby.
Yep, it's all protein all day.
Are the doctors in the house?
Yeah, and then we got a doctor in the house too. Okay. Thank you, Miss Maria.
Situus Masi.
Okay, stop. Can you imagine eating frittata this early and it's gonna stay in your mask with you?
Ew.
What do you mean ill? That's
I
good.
can't.
They should make frittata body spray.
I don't eat
Frittata, buddy.
I don't eat frittata.